So I spent over $250 on Glossier. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back or welcome to my channel if you are new here. If you are new, please be sure to subscribe. We are trying to hit 5K by the end of August and I really think that we can do it. Today is a day we are breaking out all of the new Glossier makeup. I tried out pretty much everything from the brand. Like I really did go all in. There are very few products that I did not purchase from the website and I'm so incredibly excited for today's video. I do just quickly want to say if you are interested in Glossier and you haven't tried the brand out before, be sure to use my code down below. You get 10% off your first order, which really does help. And it also helps support a smaller creator like myself. So thank you so much in advance if you end up using the code. Without further ado, I just want to jump right into this full face of Glossier makeup. So if you want to know my thoughts and also how I created this look, then just keep on watching. Alrighty, so here we are up close and personal. Please ignore the uneven hair clips. This one just keeps falling down. So to start off, I'm completely barefaced. There is absolutely nothing on my skin. So obviously I need to prime my face to get it ready for all of the makeup. So I'm gonna go in with the Glossier Priming Moisture Balance Oil Control Gel Cream. This is their priming moisturizer specifically for combo to oily skinned gals. I'm typically pretty combo, but in the summertime, I run fairly oily. I'm just gonna do a little bit because I'm always a little scared when using like a priming moisturizer just because again, I think of like my skin getting very dewy. This is super lightweight though. Like this feels like nothing in a good way. Okay, so you know what? That feels really nice and my skin already feels very smooth, but very matte in a good way. So who knows, maybe I'll even like this on days that I don't wear any makeup. It'd be just kind of nice to like set the skin, but also moisturize it at the same time. My lips are actually very dry right now, which is one of my pet peeves if you know me at all. And so I want to prime and prep my lips for the matte lipstick that we're gonna be using later on. So this is the Balm.com in the birthday flavor. Also during tutorials, the reason why I look to the viewfinder and not directly to you guys is because my left eye crosses when I don't have my glasses on, and so I just feel like it's not as distracting if I look in the viewfinder rather than looking like directly at you guys. Anyways, I'm so excited to try this though because I remember one of my coworkers at Barney's used to have this in the birthday flavor and it smelled so good. Why can't I get this out? There we go. Okay, that feels really good. It also smells like birthday cake ice cream, which I love. So I'm just gonna let that do its thing while we jump into, I think I wanna start with foundation and concealer first, just because I doubt that any of these products like that I'm using on my eyes are gonna have any fallout, so I think we're okay. I'm so excited to try this, the Perfecting Skin Tint in the shade G8. Since this is a very sheer product, this is kind of like a no foundation foundation. It's just supposed to even out your skin tone, but still look like you have nothing on. So since it is on the more sheer side, I decided to go darker than what I thought I'd need to go. However, in person, this looks like the pretty much perfect shade for me. So I'm just gonna go in with my fingers and blend this out all over the skin because I feel like if I was to do this with a beauty sponge of some sort, it would sheer it out even more. I tried to concentrate a little bit more into my cheeks just because that is the one spot that I do want to make sure it gets a lot of attention. I can't remember the last time I like blended out any sort of foundation product with my fingers, so this feels really wild. Obviously, I'm sure you could do this with a brush and stuff, but I'm trying to do it the Glossier way, which I feel like is just with your fingers. It feels really nice. I was afraid that this would feel really oily on my skin, but so far, we're okay. Oh wow, okay, so like my glasses aren't on, so obviously I can't see everything perfectly. However, while that didn't cover much, it definitely smooths everything out, and I feel like I definitely did get a little bit of coverage. Let me put a little bit more on my cheeks. I'm just making sure to get around my nose too, because I feel like I've been dealing with some really weird redness recently. Yeah, no, that definitely did something. I mean, it kind of is just a, like your skin but better. If you're expecting a full coverage foundation, you really will be disappointed. But if you go in knowing what this is, it's really pretty. All right, I'm going in with the stretch concealer in the shade G9. My skin has been pretty good recently, so I'm just gonna mostly use this to correct the discoloration underneath my eyes. And again, a little bit just on my right cheek. I have like a very strange little tiny pimple that will not go away. Okay, that's very creamy. I've heard that this is more pigmented than the foundation, but it's still very easy to blend out literally just with your finger. So I think that's what I'm gonna try. Again, it's been ages since I've used like my finger for concealer and foundation, but here we are. Definitely it gave a little bit of a brightening effect, and it definitely covered more so than the foundation. However, I am gonna do a second like layer with a brush just to see how that changes everything, but you can definitely blend it out with your fingers. This is just a tiny little, almost like a stippling brush from BH Cosmetics, but I find that it really blends out concealer quite nicely just when you're like spot concealing or concealing smaller parts of your face. Okay, this is pretty. Like, I'm pleasantly surprised. Honestly, like, I was hoping everything would work out because hello, like I spent all my money on this Glossier makeup, but like, this is really pretty. I do need to set all of this though. So I'm going in with the Wowder. I got mine in the shade G8 through G10. So I'm hoping this is gonna work out. Gonna use my favorite pointed powder brush from e.l.f. Cosmetics. Tap off the excess, and here we go. I don't know if you guys could see what I just did, but basically I didn't go back into the powder. I just put a little bit on the brush and made sure that I dispersed it completely all over my whole face. That way everything is set, but nothing is too over powdered. I mean, I feel like it definitely did set the makeup. It didn't give me like a super matte finish, almost like a demi matte, which I'm okay with, and it goes with the brand. But I'll be interested to see how much this actually controls the oils during the day. So Glossier doesn't have a bronzer. However, I'm not somebody who can just wear blush and like look cute. Like, I feel like I always have to have bronzer on. So in the theme of kind of the no makeup look, I decided to go with my Nude Sticks like cream bronzer. And then I'm going to be buffing it in with this brush from Real Techniques. It's like a really nice flat kind of like contour brush. You guys know I've talked about this before. I really, really like this bronzer. It can look very natural, but you can also build it up. So I think I'm just gonna stick with one layer for now, and if I need to after blush, I'll go back in with this again. I kind of went a little heavy-handed with it this time, so I think I will definitely only have to do one layer, but it's not pretty. Just gives like a really pretty sun-kissed kind of glow to the skin. I know that this is not a Nude Sticks video, but my gosh, this is a good product. I'm so excited for blush because it is finally time to try out the Glossier Cloud Paints for the first time. I bought two colors. I bought Dusk and Beam. I think for the purposes of the look that I'm going for today, I'm going to go with Dusk because this is more of like a nude brown pink, and then this is definitely more of like a peach. Both colors that I will use all the time, but this is calling my name a little bit more for today's look. Obviously, I've never worked with these before, so I don't know what the best way is to apply these. I think I'm going to dot this on my cheeks and then blend it in with the bottom of my Morphe beauty sponge. I think that's gonna be the best way to do this. The formula of this is super cool. It's like a gel. I thought it would be a little bit more like sticky. This is nice though. It's like a very interesting formula. Okay, let's try this. I don't know if this is even gonna be like remotely the right way to apply this. Very pretty. I think I sheared it out too much with this. Okay, so maybe let me try blending it in with my fingers this time. I guess that's what's nice about this brand though, is like, you know, if it's too sheer for you, you can go in with a second layer. If you mess up, you can do a second layer. Like, it's very easy to work with. My goodness, that color is pretty. What I'm really liking is this is obviously drying down, but not so fast like I don't have the chance to work with it. I'm just gonna go in a little bit with the sponge again. So Glossier does have two highlighter formulas. One is like a cream stick formula, and then one is more of like a liquid pigment formula. I do not like liquid or cream highlighters, so I just decided to save my money because I knew that like I wasn't gonna like either of those. So instead, I'm just gonna go in with my Ofra Rodeo Drive highlighter on a Morphe brush and just put a little bit of that just on the top of my cheekbones. I don't really feel like I need to highlight like the tip of my nose or my cupid's bow today, but I do just want a little bit on the tops of my cheekbones and right above my brow bone. I'm gonna prime my eyes with the Urban Decay Primer Potion just because I want to give all of the eye products a fair shot. You guys probably already saw in my Glossier haul that I purchased the Sky Wash in the shade Valley. It's this really pretty like matte peach. I was trying to go for kind of like a monochromatic peach look when buying everything. This is supposed to be a very sheer but buildable like liquid to matte eyeshadow. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna apply it straight from the doe foot applicator. I'm gonna blend it out with my fingers, and then I think I'm gonna like buff it into the crease while it's still drying down with this fluffy brush from e.l.f. I feel like there are a lot of different ways to apply Glossier products based on just like the overall look and how much pigmentation you're going for. So that's why I'm just kind of experimenting with all of these products and applying them a lot of different ways. This is a very interesting formula. I mean, I like that you can apply it messy and it still looks good. I don't know what I was expecting. It wasn't this formula though. I just feel like when you first start to blend it out, it's like so liquidy at first. I'm like, what? Like, whoa, like it's sliding all over my eye. I mean, it's pretty though. Like, I mean, I'm not mad at it. Like it's sheer, but it's not so sheer that you can't obviously tell you're wearing eyeshadow. Like I'm glad I went with this color because anything lighter I don't think you'd be able to see on my skin tone. I don't even know if I necessarily need to go in with a brush and like blend it out. I think it kind of seamlessly does it for you. Okay, this is like surprisingly really pretty. I would be very intrigued to try out the other colors because once you kind of figure out how to apply this and blend it out on your particular like lid shape, this is really a cool product. It's kind of just like a wash on the lid and go. I'm going to try out their wing liner now. And I've heard mixed reviews about this product, and I feel like a wing liner look isn't necessarily like what I think of when I think of Glossier, but I do love the occasional wing liner. So we're gonna try this out in today's video. I wanna do like a baby wing, which I think will be easy because this brush is very fine. I hope this works. I mean, that looks pretty black to me. Like people were saying that this isn't super dark, but it definitely looks pretty dark to me, and that was a pretty easy wing. I don't know how I just did that. Now I'm really nervous for the other eye. Okay, sorry guys, I had to finish the liner off camera. It's just hard like being so visually impaired as I am because my prescription is really bad. It's just sometimes really hard for me to use a tiny mirror like this. I just had to go in the bathroom, use a magnifying mirror, and make sure that everything was good. However, I will say I'm actually very impressed with this liner. I'll like talk as I'm just finishing up like the inner half of this eye. I felt like the brush was super easy to use, and it's pretty black in my opinion. Like I didn't look at this and think, oh, I'm gonna have to do 2 coats. What I really like about this liner is, I don't know if you guys ever have this experience, but sometimes after like I've done wings and I'm wearing them for the rest of the day, I can almost feel the liner sitting on my lids. I don't know if I'm the only one who feels that, but I'm definitely sensitive to certain liners feeling very heavy on the eyes, and this feels pretty weightless. I feel like I got like an okay pair of wings with this. Okay, well let's move on to the brows, because this is what I'm very excited for. It has been so hard to not touch these products. So I have the Brow Flick in brown and the Boy Brow in brown. I'm very excited about this duo. Specifically though, the Brow Flick, because like I've heard good things about the Boy Brow, so I'm expecting to really like it, but I love a good brow pen, especially in the summertime, because they tend to be more water resistant. So I'm really excited to try out like Glossier's version. So I'm just gonna shake it, because sometimes I feel like these have to be shaken or else they're not very pigmented. The brush is definitely like a little stiff. I feel like I'm having a little bit of trouble there. Had to grab the big mirror for a second. Yeah, the brush is definitely a little harder than some other brow pens I've tried in the past. But the formula is okay, and the pigmentation is okay. It'll just now kind of depend on how well it wears. Okay, am I blown away with this formula? No, I feel like it got kind of clumpy, like if I had to go back over a spot. I don't know, it like grabbed onto the hairs a little weird. It's not terrible. I just have brow pens that I like more. I love the one from MAC. I just think the pigmentation is amazing. The color shade range is awesome, and it's very like flexible, like it's super easy to work with. But okay, let's try the boy brow now. I love how tiny this wand is, for sure. Well, I like that. That is definitely a really good product. I cannot wait to try this on a day that I don't fill in my brows at all, because I feel like it would still give me a good amount of color, but also like really build up the front of my brows. I really like this. Well, why am I surprised? Honestly, I'm the last person in the world to jump on the Glossier bandwagon. Lastly, for eyes, we have the Lash Slick Mascara. I'm very excited about this one because it seems like an ultra natural lash look, which I'm okay with because my lashes are very long naturally. So I don't need something that's gonna give me like a ton more volume, but I do like just some separation. But I've heard you can also build this up to be more dramatic. I've also heard that it dries really fast, but it doesn't flake, which is good. So I feel like I'm gonna have to work really fast with this, but that's okay. And I'm gonna put this on both my top and bottom lashes. Can you guys tell a difference? I mean, I think I can a little bit. This took me a second to figure out like how to really work with this wand because the bristles are really short and I feel like I scratched my upper lash line when I was first going in with this. But what I like is as long as it's not dry yet, you can go in with a couple of like strokes and it doesn't get clumpy. This is a nice mascara. Specifically, I really like the way that this looks on my bottom lashes. I like the way it looks on my top lashes, but I think that's because my lashes are already very long. So I'm not looking at this for length. I'm looking for it at the separation that it gives me. I feel like it really does make you like have kind of doll eyes, like very separated lashes, but I really like that look. However, if I wanted something any more dramatic than this, I would still probably use like one of my Ride or Dies, like Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, or, you know, one of my Lancome mascaras. But this is really nice for like an everyday look. It's really pretty. Okay, I'm gonna set all of this with my Smashbox Coconut Primer Water because I do intend to have this makeup on all day and I wanna give it its best, like, fair shot. Definitely just breathe some of that spray in. Woo! So for lipstick, I'm gonna go in with the Generation G matte lipstick in the color Leo. If you watched my haul, you would know that I was debating between getting the color Cake or Leo, and Cake, while it was a little bit more peachy and less brown, I think would have just been like way too sheer and it would have looked like I had nothing on my lips because my lips are already pretty like peachy. But I do love like a sheer brown nude, so I am so excited to try this out. And again, I've heard that this is a product that you can build up or just do like one thin kind of like swipe layer of. So I'm just gonna kind of play with it. I think I do want to keep it a little bit more on the sheerer side for today. Okay, that's a little dry. So at first when applying this, it's definitely dry. Like I feel like I'm really pulling out my lips, but once it's on, it doesn't feel dry. It doesn't really feel like I have anything on my lips. Like it feels weightless. So that's kind of bizarre because I was picturing my lips just feeling super crusty. I mean, that's a pretty color though. Like this is something that I could see myself literally wearing every single day. Like it's matte, but it doesn't really look like I have much on my lips. Like this is really pretty, you guys. I cannot believe that I like almost literally everything that I tried today. Like she's really pretty. Like I honestly might, now that I know how much I like this formula, I really might go back on the website and buy that other color Cake. Like this is pretty. Okay, so let me just like take my hair down. I think I want to change my glasses too, and then I will come back to you guys with my final thoughts. Okay guys, so I changed my glasses, took my hair down so the uneven hair clips are gone, and I have to say, I looked in the mirror like as I was fixing my hair, and truly, I love the way that my makeup looks. This is clean, this is fresh, but also it's perfect for like being on video calls with clients, even an audition. I mean, there are just so many different ways to play with this makeup. Take away the liner, you have a really cool kind of no makeup look. Switch out the lipstick for just a balm, it makes it even more natural. Like there are so many things you can do within this like Glossier makeup brand. I am incredibly impressed. I would say as far as some of the standouts for me in today's video, I actually really ended up loving the skin tint. This is something that I can see myself reaching for pretty much on an everyday basis, unless I'm doing like a full glam look where I need some normal foundation. This was like awesome. The cloud paint was great. I can't wait to try out the other color that I got. I ended up really liking the Sky Wash, even though at first I was kind of like, how the hell do I apply this? Obviously, really liked the Boy Brow. That was great. And I'm really interested to continue using this primer. I like how I felt hydrated afterwards, but my face looked very matte and my pores looked smaller. Again, I want to try this on a day where I'm not wearing any makeup just to see how my skin looks throughout the day. But this was a really cool product, and I think it's actually pretty new to the Glossier brand, so I think that this is something that's definitely worth trying out. I actually really liked everything. The only thing that I wasn't crazy about was the brow flick. Honestly, the shade range isn't anything impressive and the formula is okay, but like I said, there are brow pens that I love so much more than this. So I would say maybe hold off. The Balm.com and the liner, both really cool products. I really liked them both, but I feel like, you know, if you're already somebody who has a lot of lip balm and a lot of liners, you can skip out on these. I have some drugstore liners that I love just as much as this Glossier Pro Tip liner. So there are cheaper alternatives. However, I do like how fine this brush is, and it created some really nice wings. Love the lipstick. Like, this color is truly everything, and I think that it would look good on so many people. The powder wasn't anything special, but now that I'm looking at my skin, I really like how it looks. The concealer was great. It has a lot more coverage than the skin tint obviously does. So if you're interested in Glossier but you like a more full coverage like face product, I would go with the concealer and skip the skin tint. Guys, I just wanted to pop in before the official end of this video and say I have had this makeup on now for about 8 hours. And other than changing my lip color, I haven't touched up the makeup at all, and I am super impressed. I'm on my vlog camera, so just excuse the change in like video quality, but my makeup looks pretty damn good. I don't feel like an oily grease ball. My nose is a little oily, but that's nothing out of the ordinary. However, the lasting power of this stuff is truly shocking for such like a sheer kind of your skin but better makeup brand. The matte eyeshadow might be my new favorite product. I've already ordered 2 more colors today because it hasn't creased at all and it looks phenomenal. So I just wanted to pop in and say lasting power, like 10 out of 10. But there you have it, guys. That is my full face of Glossier makeup. I really hope that you did enjoy this video. I put a lot of time and effort into it, so if you enjoyed it, please be sure to give this video a big thumbs up, and also subscribe to my channel. We are trying to hit 5K by the end of August. I really hope that we can do it. Just be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Follow me on all my other social media networks. Links are always in the down bar below. I hope you guys are having an awesome day, night, afternoon, whenever you all are watching this video, and I will talk to you guys in my next one. Okay? Bye, everybody.